Welcome to Scrying Out Loud. I'm Trevor. I thought today we could take a look at the energies around the holiday season. On December 15th, we have a full moon in Gemini, which can bring around um, major news, so to speak, things unknown coming to the surface, whether that be, in your personal life with friends and family, or whether it be world events, kind of like what we've seen the last couple of days in the Middle East. Um, and then we'll end the year with the new moon in Capricorn, which would be a great time for manifestation. I think we'll do a separate reading on that at the end. Before we start, though, I'd like to thank everyone for their subscriptions, likes, comments, and shares in regards to my videos on John Benet Ramsey. Your donations are greatly appreciated. I don't expect them, but thank you very much for those. Very much humbled by that. All right, so what do we need to know as we go into the holiday season? So clairvoyantly, I'm getting the image of the Six of Pentacles, which is about giving and receiving, if that makes sense, but also about intergenerational relationships. Yeah, so it's kind of like seeing the full life cycle of, you know, a parent playing with their child and the child taking care of the parent when they're older. I think it's important for us to realize that, if you're a parent, your child's life is theirs, not yours. And if you're a child, your parents already lived a full life before you came, to be an adult, and therefore they might have certain ways about them that we maybe don't see eye to eye on, but we need to just accept that. And also, if you're a parent, when you have a child, you see so much potential in the child, and perhaps they don't live up to the potential, so to speak. And you need to let that go because that's it's not your life anymore. And the same if you're the child that feels that your parents are disappointed in you, you need to let that go. That's not their place to judge your life. Only you need to be content with your decisions. So I see that, and then I also get the Four of Swords. I think this is just kind of a generically good advice of making sure that we're well rested, and especially if we're traveling, that we're maybe upping some doses of vitamin C, doing some drinks that have some vitamins in them, just to keep our immune system up. Um, okay, so let's pull some cards and see what we get. What do we need to know to thrive during this year's holiday season? What do we need to know to thrive during this year's holiday season? Should we clearly? Also getting kind of the image of it's kind of funny, dinner table and somebody at the dinner table kind of clearly on their phone and not paying attention. I think that's actually good advice, is to be able to know when to check out of a situation mentally if the situation is too much. So take that as it resonates. So we get the Four of Wands. This is about celebrations. Makes perfectly sense. The foundation of the reading. Um, as the holidays are about celebrations and getting together. Um, yeah, so in the challenge position, we get the Seven of Wands. This is about standing one's ground. So it's important that you don't compromise your morals, because I think that makes you feel bad later. maybe not at the time you're compromising. Um, but it's also important to balance that with a spirit of charity. And by charity, what I mean is, your 80-year-old uncle might say some xenophobic stuff. Does that make it right? No. Does that mean you should accept it? No. Does that mean you should jump all over him and yell at him? No. It means knowing that what is being said is something that is completely offensive to you, but also understanding that he's coming from a different place. Um, so I think a spirit of charity is always a good idea when gathering with people whom we maybe have disagreements about various things in life. Um, and to realize that this the reason for having that kind of charitable feel towards them isn't for them, it's for you. It's so that you can go home, feel good about yourself, and, you know, not create any more damage than the damage that's going to be created. Let's be honest, holidays can be hard. There are going to be things that, some of us are going to have to deal with that we wish we didn't. And there's that. Um, so we get the devil and the subconscious. So this is toxicities, addictions. This is, everything that we know, all the faults that we know about our family, our friends, they're always in the back of our minds, right? You cousin Tommy threw a rock at me when I was 4, something along those lines. All those traumatic things are always going to be in the back of our minds during these times of years. I think it's important that we recognize the traumas and we work through them. But I think it's also important to realize that our subconscious is our subconscious, and the way we view events as they had occurred today isn't necessarily how they had occurred then. That's kind of what I think the message is there. And then we get the King of Wands and the past. So immediately what comes to mind here is that when we're in those situations, um, we forget the strength that we had, the strength that we have as individuals. We sometimes forget that we have it. It's still there, but it kind of shows up in the past in this reading. So we might forget that we have it. Um, so know that you do have strength and courage, and don't forget that, and don't let it just lay in the past. Um, our strength is the King of Cups. I like this depiction in this particular tarot deck. It's a guy meditating. Um, I think the interpretation here that I'm getting is that we are in control of our actions and reactions. And through, maybe some work before we go out to the holidays, by meditating, by, just taking some time for yourself, uh, that can make things easier. So I think we need to remember that, even though it's the holidays and we're surrounded by friends, families, people we love, maybe people we don't, um, that it's still important to take time for ourselves. So let's keep that in mind as we move forward. In the near future, we have the Hangman. I think this goes perfectly along with the reading to this point. This is just about gaining a new perspective, looking at things differently, going into these events with this charitable attitude, I think is the big overall theme that I'm picking up. And realizing that, regardless of who you're interacting with, they're just as flawed as we are flawed. So, let's just like we would want a little bit of leeway to make mistakes, we should allow others some leeway to make mistakes. Again, that doesn't mean we compromise our morals. So don't misinterpret what I'm saying. So advice, we have the Ace of Swords and the advice position. This is, again, about the truth. So being truthful, understanding what is true. I think this is particularly important around this particular holiday season. So December 15th is the full moon. December 15th is also the day that Mercury goes direct. So it'll be exiting its retrograde. So things are already been murky. And there's a blurry line between what is real and what isn't real in the world today, be it from the media, from various other things. Reality almost feels like a construct. It doesn't feel like our reality, my reality might not be your reality, but in reality, there's only one reality. Um, so I think the advice here is to live your truth, to to approach the season with the truth that you have lived, your experiences, and to be true to them. Okay. And the environment around, we have strength. It's going to take strength. I mean, it's no joke. Um, I had my first kind of gift exchange, get together, dinner today with a friend. And, you know, it was hard, not because I didn't want to go, not because I don't like my friend, but just the idea of we're getting to the holidays and it's been kind of energetically a really rough year already. It's going to take strength. So um, be well rested, make sure your immune system's boosted by, however you do that, taking vitamin C. I drink some drinks, do the airborne stuff when I get on planes, that kind of stuff. Uh, that is what I would suggest. And the hopes and fears, we get the King of Wands. I think this is a hope. I think we hope everything goes well. I think we hope we're all beating the drum and partying and having a good time. Uh, Hopefully that is the case, right? Let's not go into already with the preconceived notion that it's not going to go well. Let's go into it hopeful. And the outcome is the Queen of Swords. Again, just living your truth, being a strong, independent individual, and knowing that regardless of what's going on, your morals are your morals. And all you need to do is be comfortable with your actions and your reactions. And it doesn't matter how others perceive um, that. And the shadow energies, we have the Eight of Pentacles, and this is always true. The holidays, they go by faster than we think. They'll be over before you know it. And then we're going to get a new start with the Fool card, which is probably the new year. And we have Temperance. I think this goes perfectly with the theme of what I've been picking up with, you know, moderation, charity. These are the energies I think we should focus on. Okay. So I think we'll close by just picking a few oracle cards from the animal oracle deck. It's kind of a fun oracle deck that I like. So give us just three cards to finish this off with how we should thrive in holiday season. 3 cards to help us thrive through the holiday season. Just 3 cards. So one. So we get the White Raven. Trust in magic is what it says at the bottom of the card. Trust in yourself, trust in your ability to manifest. This will become more important as we get to the new year and that new moon in Capricorn. Set a couple more cards. The new year will be a great time to manifest new things in our lives, as it always is. We get cow spirit. The miracles are endless. We don't often appreciate what we have until it's gone. I know it's kind of a cliche, but it is true. If we have, the song is "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas" is just came into my mind, and there's a line in there where it says, when we all shall gather together, as long as the fates will allow. We're not guaranteed to be together again, right? The world is a chaotic place, so just remember that, and uh, remember the endless miracles. Let's get one last card. Ah, kind of sums it up pretty well. The wasp spirit. Sometimes life stings. It does. Um, it doesn't mean it's bad. It just means sometimes life is painful. So anyhow, I hope this reading resonated with you and will help you as we all go through the holiday season. Please like, share, comment. I'd really like to see this channel grow. It's been growing really fast in the 5 or 6 days I've had it up. So please subscribe. That really lets me know that you like what's going on. Send me a comment. You can also shoot me a direct message on Blue Sky if you so desire. All right, happy holidays, and I'll be back with another reading, probably about a cold case soon. Thanks, everyone.